Today's video, if you didn't know by the title, I'll be showing you how I made this and how you can make one of these Betta divider tanks using a 5-gallon and what you will need. So stay tuned. Be sure to leave me a comment if you find this video helpful, and drop a like, and also check my channel out. So let's get started. So the first thing you will need is your 5-gallon tank. You can pick these up at Walmart or your pet store. Walmart actually had this on sale for $10, and they only had one. If they had more than one tank, I would probably got every one of them. But they just had one in stock for $10 on clearance or sale, whatever it was. So I picked it up. Now, you will also need some heavy-duty black tape. Now, I use that to go down the sides to hide the divider. I just think it looks better. You don't have to actually have this. It's all, what you like. Now, some painter's tape. Depending on how you install your dividers will depend if you need this. I use this because I use silicone on my dividers, because in the past I have used suction cups and stuff and they have come undone and the fish get to each other. So I silicone them in. The tank takes a few days to dry, but it's safer, I think. Also, you can pick you up some gravel or sand and some plants, preferably silk plants, but you can use plastic plants too, but sometimes the fins get torn and stuff. It all depends. I prefer live plants, but the tank I showed you is just a quick drew together tank, so we got plastic plants in it for now till I get some more Java fun and stuff for those tanks and driftwood. Now, the next choice, you can get you some dividers. I usually use plastic trash cans. You can pick these up from Walmart, dirt cheap. You can also use totes, plastic totes, but it's hard to find black. Usually you can find the blue ones or the clear ones. The tank I showed you actually was built from using a clear plastic tote. We will be using these sections right here for this tank, so stay tuned and I'll show you how that's all done. And this video might be kind of chaotic, but hopefully it's informative. Okay, so first thing you want to do is measure what you need. You can push it all the way down to your tank. You would need to come up to this little mark right here on your tank. You can make it a little bit under, but you need that measurement. And then once you get that measurement, that's your height. Now you also need to know how wide it is. And you can get that measurement just like that, depending on your tank, the 5-gallon you're using. Most likely it's the same as this one, but it could be a little bit different, so your measurements may vary. Now, I have built a few tanks already using a tote. Now this is the clear plastic tote, so I can just measure this, since this is the same tank as I got before, just like so, and that will give us a measurement we need. So depending on what tank you got will depend on your measurements, but we're actually going to transfer this sizes to this and cut it out. So stay tuned. As I said before, this video is probably going to be chaotic, but hopefully you get the idea of what you need to do. Now, if you can see, we took a Sharpie and we marked out the edges right here with a straight edge and got our measurements we took from a tank. We actually used the measurements from the last one. Don't mind my doggy toys, he's spoiled. But yeah, next you can take either a handsaw. I don't recommend that, but you can. What I use is a soldering iron. You can take it outside so the fumes don't get to you, because some of this stuff can be toxic. Just to let you know, be safe, do it outside, or you can actually take a handsaw and cut it out. There's many ways you can do it, it just depends on you. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out, and then use this as a template and cut the other side out too. So this is one of them. You can actually straighten them up with some scissors or a knife. Sometimes they're jagged. You can straighten up the edges, but mine goes down like this, and they don't completely touch the bottom. Right here, I don't like them to because I usually use gravel and stuff, and it helps the water to flow through. I will also use a soldering iron to put holes in this, and that's actually what we are fixing to do right now. Just like so. I'll end the divider. So this is basically what we did. You take the soldering iron and pretty well put holes in it. That way water and stuff can come through, and this way it keeps the bettas from seeing each other. Yep. Bettas, depends how you pronounce it. I've always been called bettas around me. So the next step will be measuring where you want to put your dividers. Right here, we are doing a 3-position tank, so we will be using 2 dividers to make 3 places for bettas. You can actually divide this tank and make a 2-divider tank if you want to. If this video does okay, I might actually do a 2-divider tank build video, but we'll wait and see. Now, when you're measuring this, you can actually lay it right here at the grass, or you can do it here and start right here. As you can see, we done got this marked with a little black spot because we actually lay it right here on the grass, and it comes out here. So what we usually do is every 5 inches we put a mark on it. So basically what I do is hold it to the edge of the grass, come over here to the 5, mark that for my divider, and then I will come over here to the 10, because that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mark it here. That will be where the other divider will go, and then we have this one. Now once you get it down here, you can move it directly up here the same way and mark it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the divider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this divider. And you can clean this up with a fingernail polish remover or alcohol. The Sharpie, it's easy to clean off this grass. And this will be the lines we use to mark dividers up. Now you want to do this on the opposite side too. Now you can test fit your dividers. You can line them up with the dots you made onto the fish tank. You can get them pretty well close. This don't have to be perfect. That's what the black tape is for. But if your OCD is bad, then you know, get them as close as you can get them. Sometimes you do have to trim these up a little bit more, but I think these is fine. Once you see the test fit is perfect, then you want to get the painter's tape out. And you want to pretty well give your tape on the inside of your tank so you don't get silicone, because I use silicone to put these dividers in. You can use actually suction cups because they will set between the little suction cups. I will get one to show you right now. You can basically use these little suction cups or different types, and you can actually just put the divider in like so, and the suction cup will hold it, but I don't trust these because they can come undone and then your fish can get to one another. It's best if you got time just to silicone these in, and then you don't have to worry about them coming back out. Okay, once you get your tape on your edges, so you don't have to have a mess of silicone and clean it off later, because it can be a pain in the ass. Yeah, so the silicone we are using is this all-purpose 100% silicone. This is actually once fully cured, safe for food and stuff like that. Now, they two different versions of this. You want silicone 1. That's a silicone 2, and it is not safe. This is actually safe for your fish. I ain't had no trouble out of it, and I use it quite often. So what you want to do basically is take your newly made divider, if you're silicone it in, and you are not using the suction cups. If you're using suction cups, then you don't need this step, but line them up with your dots, just like so, and look how nice that looks in there. Lined up with the dots, down here a little bit more, and then you want to take your silicone, cut your bead. You need a caulking gun, of course, and go right up the sides on each side. And you don't want to peel your tape off right away. You want it to set up for a few minutes, and once it gets kind of sturdy, you can peel your tape off. Okay guys, you might have to put it on your finger, a little bit of the silicone to get inside on these, and just work it up right through here. That's what the tape's for, so you don't make a big mess. I got my silicone here on a little piece of plastic. Just take my finger, make sure there ain't no strings going every which way, and then just add it to it. And you want to do both dividers like this. Do one at a time so you don't get ahead of yourself. I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll show you what to do next. So this is actually a divider. As you can see the silicone here, this one's got a little oval. We can just finesse it over just a little, and you can take your finger going up the sides and pretty well make sure it's nice and clean. Now this one is actually starting to set up now. You can see it ain't exactly fresh, so we can go ahead and remove the tape from this side. The tape helps give you a crisp line, so as you can see right here on the dividers, especially if you ain't using suction cups. But I'm going to show you the next step we need to do on the other tank, because this needs to dry for at least 2 days for the silicone to fully cure and be safe for the fish. So I'm going to go ahead and show you on the other tank and explain, so you know exactly what you need to do. And I know some of you are going to say a 5-gallon tank divided in 3 is not enough room for bettas, but I think it's plenty enough room. As you can see, these guys is very happy, very active. The next step you want to do is take you some tape if you ain't happy with the divider like I did here, and you can pretty much just take a strip, cut it to fit, and hide that silicone and divider section on your tank. You want to give it at least 2 days for the silicone to dry, and then you can add your gravel and everything else, and then cycle your tank and make it safe for your fish. As you can see, these fish is very happy in this tank, and it's a good way to store 3 bettas with more room than they would normally have. I know some people think 1 betta needs 5 gallons, but when you got 10 or 20 or 30 bettas, you know, a 5-gallon tanks like this does help out. So drop me a like, and be sure to leave me a comment if you found this video helpful or you got inspired by it, and let me know about your tank setups and about your bettas. I love to hear about it. And also check my channel out for more content, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.